And then to this I go. Look, there's my combine operator. So I called him just to see if he wanted that dryer filled while we were filling the wet bin, so we could buy some more room. But he said no, not to touch it till we're task trained on it and so we know what we're doing. So I guess we won't be touching it today. Well, there it is, first corn of 2020, going up into the wet bin. It's averaging anywhere from 17 to 23% moisture. Not too bad. Can see into the wagon better on this end for some reason, doing corn. Low. So we can just let this run. At the auger here, because it don't take long to empty the cart out. Then once the cart's empty, I can run back and to the combine and beat feet. So that is what we'll do. And it would be so much nicer if one of these wagons had taller sides on it. And the first mess of 2020 right down there. We got it cleaned up most of the way. And that was the alarm for get your carcass back in the seat. The sensor senses your carcass is out of the seat. You guys might not realize it, but it's nice having a grain cart that you can blow 500 bushel in if you get like say the wet bin full, and you can just blow 500 bushel in the cart, plus the semi, plus the automatic, provided they're not going out tomorrow. And you could also fill the combine. Just about run into me. I'll get out and move that wiper in a little bit, guys.
Come over half a row.
That's a little annoying.
Come over more. This guy right here.
The 2020 corn harvest has begun. And away I go. There, I moved it a little bit. Trying to eat lunch and farm. You just eat lunch every opportunity you get when you have to stop. Like to wait on the cart or something, they eat real quick. Waiting on me. We're not getting another truck, so we'll just have to cart it all out of here. I should have moved, but it's all right. I'll go down to the other end and wait on you. Now, you guys that have combines ought to consider a steel whip for your CBs or whatever. They really make a difference compared to fiberglass antennas. And I ain't lying either. What's it doing, about 100 bushel or so?
What?
What's it doing, about 100 bushel or so to the acre?
I don't know. still, I might average 80, 85, 90.
Well, that's decent. Wouldn't say it's good or bad. I always love this time of year, and also just the leaves changing colors and all that go with it. I'm gonna stay at the auger because I think that wet bin ought to be about full. Now a semi shows up. Now we get something done. It's every bit of 500 bushel to make this thing whole. Every bit. That's it. This is done. I've got 2 more passes to make. Got that field of corn all done. I'm thinking about taking that antenna off and putting a mirror mount on this thing so I can get the thing down a lot lower and so it quits hitting the trees. But that's not what this video is about. We're gonna get the leaf vacuum out. I got my hitch extender that's only been used, I think twice. 3 times now. I don't really use it a lot because I go straight from hauling to pulling back to hauling, and it just is an absolute, well, I wouldn't say inconvenience. It's a nice thing to have. I mean, it's a really nice thing to have. It's just one of those things that got that field of corn all done. I'm thinking about taking that antenna off and putting a mirror mount on this thing so I can get the thing down a lot lower and so it quits hitting the trees. But that's not what this video is about. We're gonna get the leaf vacuum out. I got my hitch extender that's only been used, I think twice, 3 times now. I don't really use it a lot because I go straight from hauling to pulling back to hauling, and it just is an absolute, well, I wouldn't say inconvenience. It's a nice thing to have. I mean, it's a really nice thing to have. It's just one of those things that it's just, I can't dump and have this thing on because it hits, and when it hits, it puts a mark in my gate right here. Or no, that was from a previous something I had on here, that old Gorky Rusty thing. I don't know if you guys remember. That's what done that thing, done it there. So I just assumed take it off because it hits. You know what, does it still hit with it? I don't know, let's find out. I'm kind of curious. Does it hit? Yep, it hits. Gosh darn it. Yeah, that's why I take it off. And then even more, like if I want to haul gravel or something around the farm, which this thing's a true blessing why I got an 835 or even an 825. Just for hauling gravel and firewood and stuff, is I take this down you can take it down even more, just like by undoing this right quick, and then this drops, and then you don't get a bunch of crap built up in here, which is aggravating. But see, but it's still gonna hit right there regardless. But that's why I got to take this extender off, and I don't use it a whole lot. As for that simple purpose. And there it is after a year's sleep. Actually, my gator could fit in here, but why would I want to put it in here when I got all them buildings I could put it in? But there she be. So my pin is bent, or no, this thing here's all bent, because what had happened was I flipped this thing about a few years ago, and it kinked this tongue here, and it put a ever so slight kink to it. I don't know if you guys can look down there and see that, how it's twisted. Or else I'll just take a bar and a hammer and beat this thing back over where it should be, and good as new. But yeah, it's a good Agrifab leaf back. Guess it's a good thing I didn't hook the four-wheeler to it. Man, didn't realize this thing weighed as heavy, or weighed as much as it does. Tires are about, I'd estimate 60%, 50% maybe. When you get them all the way down to here, all the way around is when there's nothing left. So there it is. I'm gonna back in the shop, put block under it, unhook it, and we'll deal with it maybe tomorrow if we get a minute. Gonna unload all that corn before we figure out the dryer. So unless you guys want videos of this thing in action, I'll let you decide. But I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. It's a 97 or 98 200. Not exactly sure when we bought it. Had a Case 880 before that, and it was a slow machine. It's been a good hoe. I think it's got like 13,000 hours. Only thing we've done to it is 1 or 2 hydraulic pumps, and redone the bucket cylinder and the boom cylinder and a stick cylinder. But that's the only thing we've done to it. Now, if only that truck were a Chevy. That's all right, because the one service truck we got's a Dodge, so I ain't knocking that too bad. What you doing, cows? You think I brought them feed? No, I did. You guys found it there. Never mind. We never knew how nice a gravel bucket was to have. Grapple bucket, or a thumb for that matter. You don't gotta be right up against, have it against the back of the bucket either to be able to pinch it. As long as the grapple, the grabber thing can get a hold of it, you're golden. Kind of reminds me of Let's Dig 18 a little bit, loading wood on a trailer.